truly Julia. If this is your first ever video, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the gang of people who choose to live on purpose and understand their purpose in this world. So, lesson number 4 of our 8-part series of lessons that I've learned since undergrad that I just want to share with anyone, whether you be a recent graduate navigating through this new world, no longer in school, whether you're a mom, whether you're a dad, whether you're single, whoever it is. These are lessons that I've learned that I want to use my lessons for good to be able to bless this world and sprinkle my little bit of goodness to all of y'all. So lesson number 4, be who you wish you had when you were younger. Be who you wish you had when you were younger. And with that, I just want to put a plug in that when we're younger, there's so many times that we're like, oh, I wish I had that. I wish I had someone who had their own business in my family so they can guide me and direct me and I didn't have to make the same mistakes. Or I wish I grew up with my father. I never knew him. He never wanted to be in my life. Or my mother actually passed away when I was very young, and there were so many questions I wish I could have asked my mother. There's so many things that I wish she was here to teach me, especially now that I'm a mom. Not me, I'm just saying. These are some people's circumstances. And I want to let you know that even if you've never had something, that does not mean you can't be that thing. Even if you've never seen what a good father looks like, you can be the first to cause your children and your children's children to understand what a good man looks like, to understand what a good father figure looks like, and how to support and love your children, but also be able to discipline them and to raise respectable human beings. Even if you have nobody in your family that ever became an engineer as a woman, you can be the first. And I want to encourage y'all that so often we see things happen for other people and we're like, oh, they're special, they're blessed, they're lucky. But we have to come to a point that we understand that it can be you. So ask yourself the question, why not you? I remember there's a lady in the Bible that I admire so much. Her name is Queen Esther. And she was single-handedly part of the reason, of course, beyond God utilizing her in that moment to save her entire people who they wanted to destroy and kill all of them. And the Bible tells us that she was around for such a time as this. So in your space, in your arena, question yourself, why am I alive right now? In this generation, in 2020, why am I living in Jersey? Why am I in Texas? Why am I in Barbados? Like, why am I here? Who am I supposed to teach? Who am I supposed to bless? Because a lot of times the things that we wish we had when we were younger, we feel like, oh, once we arrive, then we can help other people. But you will never arrive. Life is an ongoing journey where you continue to grow. And if you wait to a specific time to help others, if you wait for a specific time to serve as a mentor, who knows if that time will ever come. I know that there were times when I graduated and I'm like, girl, I am not where I want to be in my life to be mentoring anyone. Or I'm still trying to figure it out. So how am I giving you advice? But that's not true. Because even if you don't have it all figured it out, you have learned things. You've made mistakes. And understand that your what not to do lessons are as important as your what to do lessons. If, for example, I applied to jobs and I wasn't getting job interviews, and I finally have landed more interviews, I can share with you what I've learned about the job interview process and what not to do. I've learned how to follow up better. I've learned how to tweak my resume. You don't have to be perfect to be able to be a mentor. You don't have to be perfect to be able to help those who are younger than you or those who are looking to do what you have done to help them. I remember when I was doing one of my nonprofit events. My nonprofit is World Class Women. Shout out to y'all. But one of the speakers talked about how the reason why she loved our event, which was a college career workshop, where we had a whole bunch of people of color that were successful come and talk to people about things like being in artificial intelligence, being a lawyer, being a doctor, having your own business. And she said, I'm here because I want to be able to be who I wish I had when I was younger. And that was probably an event 3 years ago that has stayed with me. So I just want to encourage you that there is power in your story, that your testimony has value. And even if you're not making the salary that you want to be making one day, even if you're not in the relationship that you've been praying to God for, that doesn't mean that in your singleness You haven't learned gems that you can share with other singles. Even if you're a new mom and your baby is only 3 years old, that doesn't mean that God has not graced you to have learned certain things that women who have 5 children cannot learn from you. It doesn't matter if you have only been married for 4 years. In your marriage and in that time, God could have blessed you. You can overcome mountains that people who have been married for a decade have yet to explore or learn those lessons. And for this lesson, I just want to encourage y'all to be who you wish you had when you were younger. The world needs you now more than ever. God needs you to be able to participate in his kingdom and help those who he wants to reach with your story, with your testimony, with your life. So I just want to say I love y'all so much. Thank you for joining me on Truly Julia. Until next time, and stay blessed.